We got a few of tonight's Just Price vinyl records.
And they're awesome.
And we're unboxing now.
Unboxing.
Unboxing.
Ooh, what do we have? Oh.
We only got a couple boxes today.
Well, good enough.
I think the rain might have delayed some of our...
I'm curious on what's in that one though, because
I know, it's a weird feeling box. It's not our normal, the way the boxes normally feel.
let's see what we got. Oh, we got
And we've got tiny bubbles.
tiny bubbles.
Tiny bubbles, lots of tiny bubbles.
What are they?
I bet these are boxes of pops.
Boxes of pops.
I'd lied to the CDs and the box of LPs.
They lied?
Oh, is that why it was so heavy?
Ah.
There isn't many, but there is a few. Lamb of God, Donovan, Queen, Merciful Fate, yep, Queen, and Lamb of God.
Cool. So they're pops, huh?
Yep, couple pops.
You never have enough pops. What do you got there? Oh, who's that? Marilyn
Marilyn
Manson.
Manson.
Cool.
Cool. Pika, Pika,
I don't know much about them.
War Pig,
Okay.
and Eddie.
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 Ooh, we have another Harry Styles album.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yay.
What else we got there?
Another Harry Styles.
That's his back, right?
Yes. Program.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Always
We throwing scissors?
Oh, it's a picture disc.
Oh, cool.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Nice. Oh, some
The
police.
Bring Me the Horizon.
All right. Oh, and Atlantis. What are we doing here with these?
I'm missing having a helper right now.
Yeah.
There's my hand.
I don't know how much that's going to help,
Oh,
Santa.
another Puff album.
Thank you,
I haven't
thing.
seen this one before.
What's that?
It's a band that I like. It's called Pup, and it's a 5-year anniversary picture disc. That's awesome.
I don't know
That's
them
a
at
bunch
all.
of their great songs.
Really?
Yeah. They're really good. They're from Canada.
I don't know them at all.
I got Slayer.
Slayer.
Slayer,
Cool.
right? And I think this is a different Slayer guy.
Yeah.
And same Slayer guy, different Slayer guy. Same Slayer guy. So,
Oh, they made Slayer Pops.
yep, I've got 2 of the one guy and 2 of the other guy.
In my head, Slayer registered as Metallica.
Ooh, I like that one.
Peace of Mind Eddie. And Iron Maiden Eddie.
Nice. Ooh, cool looking.
I know, right?
What do we got going over here?
A box.
A box.
It's a box in a box. In another box.
Tape again.
It's really taped good, huh? See, you're missing my knife now, see that?
I was like, oh no, where'd my scissors go? They went underneath her box.
Tough tape they got on there today.
And the boxes are like so very tight.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't want a single centimeter of room for things to breathe.
Oh, you got 2 of those, huh? That's a different one, huh?
Yeah. They have a couple albums.
I like the cover.
I got Lemmy.
Ooh.
Yeah, right? And that's a different Slayer guy.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
And another Eddie, and another Lemmy, and Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
Remember?
Does she
that-
feel like a woman now?
I'm pretty sure that's the I Feel Like a Woman.
She feels like a pop.
And Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
Oh no, that's You Don't Impress Me Much.
Impress me
You
much.
don't impress me much. That's what she was wearing this outfit for that video. You don't
Oh,
impress
okay.
me much.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I vaguely remember that video.
Yep. That's what I had to really think. And it's like, so you're a rocket scientist. So what? That don't impress me.
Okay. Okay.
And something about moves and touch and money.
Ooh, get tough with it.
came apart really weird.
Oh, these are got to be CDs.
Yes,
oh my
these are
God.
CDs, but it's only half CDs. The other half is empty.
There's air.
Yes, air.
Oops,
Axe,
hang on, the glare is killing me. There we go.
Queen, The Strokes, Credence, Metal, Wrath, Pantera, Dio,
Dio.
Rob Zombie, Lamb of God. Yeah, so that Dio guy.
I bet you that's, yeah.
Probably will be in soon. Eden's Curse. Another Dio.
Yeah, the
Oh,
awesome
another Dio.
grandfather.
And another Dio. Eden's Curse.
I hope
Body
he-
Count.
I hope he watches the videos.
I know, right? Motorhead. Journey. Judas Priest. Fire from the Gods. American Sun. And I got one more little stack.
One more stack, huh?
Yep, because I got another Lamb of God, Eden's Curse, Journey, Big L, Lil Wayne, Credence, Eden's Curse, Fornicator, I think.
Interesting name.
Carole King's Greatest Hits, and another one.
And another one.
Carole King's Greatest Hits on vinyl and CD, brand new
Yes.
sealed. Awesome.
All right.
Okay, that one.
Well, you were quick. You got through them fast.
Yeah. Wow, you did. Okay. Oh, Mac DeMarco.
Is that
You got a
who that
bunch
is?
of pups.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, a bunch of pups.
Yes.
And I know you like the pups. Wow, I guess I should have given you my box, huh? And you could have done all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, 5-year pictures for that.
Oh. Okay, let's see.
All right, what do we got here?
Oh, Post Malone,
Korn.
Korn. So while I'm unpacking this box, why don't you flip through with Santa?
Okay, you can do that.
And you guys can see what's all in that half, and then we'll do my half.
Mac DeMarco, Florence and the Machines. I think it might just be Florence. Tool. Bring Me the Horizon. And I Bring Me the Horizon. Oh,
That's a cool cover.
brand new.
Like that.
Nirvana. The Doors. Something that looks punk.
Yeah.
Green Day. Primus. Rancid. Fleetwood Mac. Michael Jackson. Weezer. Iron Maiden. Rancid. Another Iron Maiden. The Cars. Tool. Iron Maiden. Scorpions. Black Sabbath. Pink Floyd. Panic at the Disco. Kanye West. A Perfect Circle. Florence and the Machine. The Wonder Years. Bon Jovi. Sublime. Pup. Smashing Pumpkins. Iron Maiden. J. Cole. David Bowie. Florence and the Machines. Mac Miller. Billie Eilish. Pup. Alt J.
Alanis Morissette.
Woohoo! Bring Me the Horizon, The Police, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Offspring, Oasis, Pearl Jam, Harry Styles, Metallica,
Okay. I didn't recognize that either.
Harry Styles, David Bowie, Mac DeMarco, Primus, Smashing Pumpkins, and another one, Mac Miller, and Mac DeMarco.
Mac DeMarco.
Having a couple problems there, huh?
Yeah, I kept forgetting how to say his name.
Almost getting there, huh? Oh, you're
Yeah, well,
done.
that's what they just put mine in all sorts of
Yeah,
different
so they
ways.
did for mine too.
So I was
Don't
like,
you love that?
I do. It's awesome. Because then you're like, ah. Okay. So I
Okay.
think we're good.
All
So
right.
I've got a Chris Cornell 7-inch.
Oh, neat.
It was for Record Store Day Black Friday. The Police, Method Man and Redman, The Band, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Ice Nine Kills, Lamb of God, Seether, Panic at the Disco, Led Zeppelin, The Who, Mac DeMarco, Bruno Mars, Carole King, Mac DeMarco,
Bring Me the Horizon.
Bring Me the Horizon,
King
King Gizzard and Lizard Wizards. And this is like everyone's favorite one
It's really
because
good.
constantly we're getting 12 bar brews. That's
It's
the one we
really
always
good.
sell. Manchester Orchestra, Korn, The Messengers, System of a Down,
Slayer.
Slayer. I was close. Kid Cudi,
Yes.
Primus,
Nope, that was J. Cole. Never mind.
J. Cole, J. Cole. Okay, Primus, Mac DeMarco, Kiss, Primus, Danzig sings Elvis.
Sings Elvis.
That's
And
great.
look at his
Interesting.
serious face that he's
Really?
trying to really like. Cardi B, Lizzo, The Killers, XXXTentacion, Harry Styles, Korn, and then we've got Post Malone.
All right.
So pretty cool stuff, right?
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
So, buddy, I got a very important question.
Yeah,
What have we been up to?
we have been working hard in the warehouse.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you know we're in the middle of a tropical storm, right?
Yes.
It's raining all over the place. We lost power. It's been crazy.
We lost power for like 1 second.
I know, it was crazy. Yeah. You like working with me?
Yeah.
I love working with you.
It's fun.
Are we getting wet?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, kind of.
Are you gonna melt?
I'm melting! Help! Help!
Oh no!
melting
Oh
out the
no! Junior! No! He's melting!
I have turned into a puddle.
A puddle?
You're stepping on me. Get off me, you.
You're gonna be POD. A puddle of mud.
You're gonna be a puddle of poop.
Wow.
So today we listened to review Larry Norman in Another Land.
The trilogy, part
Trilogy.
3.
That was one of my fun facts, dude. So here's the front cover. Here is the back cover. And this one has a gatefold.
Very nice.
See
All
this
blue.
awesome gatefold?
Wow,
That
look.
looks very jazzy because look at all those
A
words.
lot of words in one picture.
One picture? Oh, yes, one picture. And he's got his hands in his pockets. Come on. Kind of like Michael Bulletin in one of the pictures. And then this is the label.
It's a cool label. Yeah.
Now, Santa, going by the cover, what type of music did you judge it to be?
By the cover, I would go prog, but as I was looking at the back, I changed my mind and went more with the southern rock because it looked like something out of that. But the surface of that reminds me of Mars.
Okay. Judging a book by its cover, what kind of music did you think it was?
I thought it was gonna be country or something that sounds like the Eagles.
And see, I was thinking with the coloring and everything, it looked very much like Yes.
Well, yeah.
So I was thinking symphonic rock or prog rock.
Okay.
But see, and of course it had to be from the 70s. And do you know why it had to be from the
Why's
70s?
that?
Gatefold.
Oh, okay.
Once you hit the 80s, there weren't nearly as many gatefolds.
No, there
so,
was. I never noticed that, but you're
Yeah.
right.
So I figured it had to be the 70s with the gatefold and the coloring. Like, there's no way a 60s record.
My guess
would-
on that was totally by the way it looked.
Yeah,
And mid to late 70s, I was thinking.
70s. Okay, so if we had looked at this a little bit closer, we might have guessed from the beginning that it was going to be Christian rock.
Yeah.
Because there's some crosses there in
Yes.
the mouth, and that was also on the label.
Yeah, it's
It wasn't. I saw it on the label
and I
too.
looked
Yeah.
I looked at the label when I started it, and it didn't even occur to
Yeah,
me.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't even occur to me that it was going to be Christian rock, and it didn't sound like a Christian rock album.
No, it didn't.
No, we didn't.
It wasn't very much about God until we got about halfway through Deja Vu, which was the fifth out of 6 songs on the first side.
Yep.
So when you got into the first song, The Rock That Doesn't Roll, it was a very much rock song, right?
That's the one I thought it was very southern rockish to me.
But then when you get into I Love You, he had the very twangy voice, like it was very country sounding voice. The music wasn't necessarily country.
Right.
Though I kind of think I heard a banjo.
It sounded like
There
he
was a
changed-
banjo in there someplace. Yeah.
It sounded like he changes genres every song.
Yeah.
I've searched all around, which was my favorite song. It sounded kind of like yes, the Beach Boys. I was blanking.
Yeah, when you start with the 4th song, the very beginning of it sounded very much like Jimmy Buffett.
Yes.
Okay.
And then there was like a chord change, and all of a sudden it sounded like the Beach Boys in my room.
Yeah, you pointed that out, and it did. It really
It
did
was
sound. that way.
very much like in my room, but if you listen to them harmonize, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young,
Yeah,
all the way.
all the
maybe,
way.
maybe the Byrds.
Yeah, them
You
too.
know, it was they harmonized so well, the way the Beach Boys do, because most of the Beach Boys were related,
Yeah,
I
but-
guess, that they just harmonized so well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it was really sounding like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young to me. So that
You
was
could
kinda
almost,
crazy.
I swear you could hear Neil Young in there. The voice was very close.
And then you get to Righteous Rocker, the next song, and it was I had a very folk rock Mamas and the Papas feel without any mamas.
All right.
More papas, a whole bunch of papas, like the birds singing the Mamas and the Papas.
A lot of papas.
Yeah,
Okay.
lot of papas, whole lot of papas. And then Deja Vu or I Am a Servant starts, and I got my symphony. The beginning was the symphony, and then there was a chord change, and it was completely different and really slow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it got slow real
I
quick.
Am a Servant for the first minute, which is the last song on the first side. They're like, we get the point of this, never mind.
Yeah, because once you get to a minute, a lot of times at 45 seconds to a minute, there's a chord change, and the song becomes completely different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which was really kind of cool about the side one,
Right.
was that you'd get to, it was really 45 seconds to a minute, there'd be a chord change, and then you're listening to a completely different song.
Yeah.
And most of it was upbeat too.
Yeah,
so.
and it was very upbeat. But then side two was very slow.
The
and-
first couple songs were all right. It seemed like the first, 2, 3 were all right, but then it just wasn't as good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It became very symphonic.
symphonic.
Yes,
Yeah.
that word.
Yeah, and it was very symphonic. It was a lot slower paced, and the
Quite a bit slower
The
paced.
voices
Yes.
weren't as strong, and there wasn't as much of a harmony.
Right. Yeah, there wasn't.
It was still really good. It was definitely a great album. It's just the first side was definitely stir music. I personally own this in my collection. I really liked it.
Okay.
But after you got to a certain point, it was a lot more slow, and it just
Yeah.
was more sleeping, like you yawned.
Yeah.
So the third song on here is called UFO. So I was really excited, and that's another reason why I was thinking prog rock.
Nothing to do with aliens.
Symphonic rock, yes. And it wasn't nearly as good as I thought it was going
No,
to be.
I thought that was going to be one of the best songs in the
You
album.
would
but
think,
I
yeah.
can agree. It sounded like
And
it sounds
it
kind of
was
like,
like,
yes.
because he's an identified flying object.
Yes.
He.
Okay. He.
So, it just wasn't what I was expecting,
Mhm.
Which was kind of crazy. So, yeah, but, for the most part, it was a fairly enjoyable album.
It was.
1 out of 10, Santa, what would you give this album?
I give it a 7 because it was entertaining. Two songs.
I give it an 8. It's something that I personally have in my collection. First side, definitely storm music. Until you get to the last song on the first side, I Am a Servant. Not as good.
Okay, see, for me, a 7 and 8 means that I'm going to listen to it every day. I really want it in my collection.
I gotta go with a
I
9 for that.
personally would.
I am not going to listen to this record in my collection, so I give it a 4.
Ooh.
The first side, great. The second side, not so much.
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that. The second side wasn't that good, but I liked what I heard on, for the most part.
So after I finished listening to this album, that's when I looked up my fun facts.
Ah, the facts.
Yes,
Just the facts.
just the facts. Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. So Larry Norman was born in 1947,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and he released more than 100 albums.
That's
That's
crazy.
a lot of records.
He was a pioneer of Christian rock.
Okay.
This was actually his 4th album.
Really?
Yes. His first album was released in 1969, and all these evangelical preachers denounced him. So Capitol Records dropped him.
Wow.
They denounced
That's
him, huh?
They
crazy.
denounced him, so he got dropped from his record label.
That's not good.
So then he ended up moving to Texas, and he participated in a Jesus Woodstock.
Uh-huh.
And he seemed to get a much larger following with that,
I can see that.
and following his music.
Sure.
Because he is a pioneer of Christian rock. In 2008, one of the Christian music critics said that Larry Norman is to Christian rock as Bob Dylan is to folk,
Wow.
and as John Lennon is to rock.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah, so he was an amazing man.
It sounds it, yes.
So this album was released in 1976. It was the third part in a trilogy. It says, the trilogy part 3, In Another Land, death is conquered through you slumber, 7 is the perfect number. So I'm not seeing a whole bunch of 7,
No.
imagery, but
Yeah.
Are
Or
there seven, are there
with
7
anything.
hills there?
possibly.
Just
Possibly.
wondering.
Maybe.
Just trying to see something in there.
Yeah. Maybe there's 7 building tops. I'm not really sure.
There's not 7 records.
But this was Larry Norman's best known work.
The whole trilogy or just this album?
This album.
Okay.
In Another Land was his best known work. It was released on Solid Rock Records, which was his record label. And then it was distributed by Word Records.
Okay.
It was his first album that was released on a Christian label.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And by 1985, 120,000 copies of this album had been sold. And you're probably like, only 120,000? But gospel albums that were released in the same time would normally only reach sales of 10,000.
There's a big difference.
So it
there.
was
So he did
really a
fantastic.
huge
Yeah.
accomplishment.
It's good.
So yeah, please let us know what you think of Larry Norman in Another Land and what you thought of our review. Hey Santa, guess what?
What's that?
I quit.
You quit?
I quit.
Aw.
I'm leaving you. I quit. What? What did you say?
Okay, I quit too. You're my ride home.
I quit. I'm leaving. It's all on you.
I'm not hard to put up with.
I'm kidding. I'm gonna take some time off while I can because we got the
You
big
should.
weekend coming up.
Yes, you do. Yes,
Yep.
you do.
And we just finished pricing all those brand new seal vinyl records, all ready for sale. Awesome CDs.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So we're leaving.
You're leaving. Okay,
We're
I'll
leaving
be
you.
Fine.
So now what do they got to do?
Now they're going to click the like button and they're going to subscribe. 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 Ring that bell. Ding, ding, ding. So we do a video like the slot and we'll see you soon.